you guys taking time out of your busy day and schedule to attend our annual meeting. Yat she Austin Kalabazi initiate Kiani Nishlan do to Hajlani Dene Bashashin Ado Eshi Dashache Kiani Nishlan do to Hajlani Dene Dashanali. Again, thank you all for being here. I'm going to turn it over to Dave and have a couple of words.
Thank you so much, Austin. I would like to reiterate what he said. Thank you all for coming here and supporting the Better Business Bureau and our event today. I'd actually like to interrupt your meal just to ask you to stand to do the Pledge of Allegiance. Please remove your hats and give a signal if you're in the military. Appreciate it. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you so much. I'd like to recognize a couple dignitaries in the room. Cabinet Secretary of the Department of Veteran Services, Brigadier General Retired Jamison Herrera. Thank you. Also like to recognize New Mexico House of Representative for District 60, Josh Hernandez. Also like to thank the sponsors that have the tables up here up front. Eldorado Hearing Center, Eldorado Audiology and Hearing Center. French Funerals and Cremations also is a Golden Torch Award recipient for the Better Business Bureau for 50 years of accreditation. Let me try that. All right, Chalmers Ford. Oso Grande. And Hilltop Services. Also like to recognize our partners in our scholarship program, and that would be ABC New Mexico, Intelitech College, Matco Tools, and of course, I hope you have had an opportunity to visit with Andrew with Southwest Community Empowerment Foundation, who will also be presenting some awards with coming up. Also wanted to thank media sponsors that we have in the room, celebrating 100 years as a family-owned business. Fourth generation is the Albuquerque Journal. Also would like to recognize Albuquerque Business First. KOB4, Nick Rael joined us for lunch today. And our photographer that's coming around, Sandia Photography. So first off, we got to do a little business. I'd like to call the Better Business Bureau annual meeting to order. I'd like to start with roll call, make sure we have established a quorum. So as I call your name as a board member, would you please stand and remain standing? Johnny Cordova, President-elect. And we'll just clap once, like once. So Dr. Kelly Wagaman. Amy, oh, okay, I see how this crowd is, all right. Amy Larson. Alan Prince. Robert Raymer. Thank you, Robert, for being able to join us. I know you were going to be out of town. Alice Brousseau. Dee Beatrice. Dr. Mindy Brown. Melissa Chauvin, Daryl Cubios, Tammy Diaz, Where was Tammy? I saw her earlier. Oh, there you are. Sorry. All right. Erica Genti. All right. Josh Gowan wasn't able to make it today. Dennis Johns. Did Dennis able to join us today? Okay. Wayne Magnum. I know he's not here. He's actually in Farmington. Rick Myers. Luis Quinones, way back there. Fiona Ratzliff. Carlos Robles. Carlos. All right. Eric Shane. Where was Eric? Oh, there he is. I should be able to see you with that shirt. And Dr. Nancy Shepard. So according to the count, we have a quorum. So we'll be able to conduct any business. Are there any additions, deletions, or questions pertaining to the meeting packet that was provided for this meeting? Any of you board members? No? Okay. Johnny, would you like to make a motion?
Well, I'll move that we suspend any business in front of the Board of Directors and proceed with today's.
Can I get a second? All in favor? All right. So we'll be able to move forward, and this actually concludes the business part of our annual meeting. I'd like to next recognize the staff. One of the things I find in the community that is people don't realize the extent of our staff and everything that they do. Because it's not just me and Colette and Tasha, which most people know out in the community. There's actually quite a staff, and most all of them were able to join us today. So if I could get Colette Allen, the Chief Operating Officer. God, you're way back there. There's a seat right there. Okay. Tasha Goulet is our Chief Administrative Officer. Oh, and she was still working the front desk. All right, and of course you met Austin Calabazas, but Austin, you can stand as well. I saw your arm around the corner. Spencer Hill is our Business Development Manager. You'll see a little bit more of Spencer here in a minute. Andreas Trujillo, our Creative Director. Donna Hollingsworth. Were you down in, where's Donna? Is she still around? Oh, there you are, Donna. She's our Partnerships Officer. Araceli Lopez is our Community Outreach Liaison. There's Araceli. Amanda Tomorrow, sorry if I butchered that. Frances DeMorest. There's Frances. Marissa Padilla. And that's a new last name. So recently married. Aislinn Allen, right here up front. Amanda Lee Bayers, and if you're counting, that's 2 Amandas. Denise Montoya, and our disputes resolution coordinator actually is a remote employee. She's in Florida. Was originally in our office, but COVID and some family took her to Florida, but we couldn't lose her, so we found a way to work with her remotely. And Yvonne O'Malley is our billing specialist. So I'd like to ask for a hand for them for all their hard work. And believe it or not, we need every one of them, so a lot to get done. I'd also like to recognize, of course, French Funerals and Cremations as a Gold Torch recipient from our 80th anniversary. It was exactly a year today. We actually turned 81 today. So the BBB has been in New Mexico for 81 years. I'd also like to ask any of the 2025 Ignite winners that might be in the house to stand and be recognized. Nope, didn't make it, okay. Also, oh, I'm sorry. Also wanted to recognize Brian Baca's family that is with us to be able to join us in awarding the presentation. Thank you, Penny, Patrick, Lindsay, and Sydney. So I'll just do a little brief history because there is a few of you in the room that are not aware of what the BBB is. But the Better Business Bureau is 113 years old. It started with a group of business owners that were focusing on truth in advertising. Still a major issue today. Our mission continues to be to nurture a marketplace where consumers and businesses trust each other. Of course, as I mentioned, we turned 81 years today. The BBB was incorporated in New Mexico, and we also serve Southwest Colorado. We are what's referred to as a federated system, so we have an overall bridge with our international association, and there's 95 BBBs in North America. I would like to recognize again, of course, the 100 years of the Albuquerque Journal, and of course, there are 4 generations from Tom Pepperday all the way to Pepper Lang, and the 4 generations have been offering. That's pretty rare for it to be a privately owned business for that long. As a complete coincidence, we also have KOB4, and I have to admit, I just recently learned this, that it was started by Tom Pepperday. So there's a connection with the Albuquerque Journal and, of course, with KOB. He started in 1948, and it was bought by the Hubbard family in 1957, and they continued to own it. So I think that that's absolutely amazing when you look at the day and age of businesses and the number that are still family-owned. Also, for those that wanted to know, because I did, how does KKOB and KOB, they used to be together, and in 1986, which I was in college, so it probably explains why I can't remember that. They actually merged, and one of the big claims to fame, of course, is their 50,000 watts. So I've never experienced this, but I've heard that when the wind is blowing correctly in Los Angeles, you can actually still pick up KKOB out of Albuquerque, which might explain why the Dukes and the Dodgers and all that connection. And I did say Dukes, because I'm from that generation. So let's hear it for the Dukes. But I just want to make a couple of quick comments on, of course, how did we get our information? How did we check and vet businesses? How did we get to know where we should shop and things that are going on? All of that is done through news channels in which they focus on truth, accountability, and advertising. And really, of course, that's where you went to find out, well, what am I going to do this weekend? What's coming up to town? So it's very focused on community. And the Better Business Bureau is definitely focused on the community as a not-for-profit organization. All of us in this room are consumers. And so all of us are able to benefit by the information provided and the tremendous data source the Better Business Bureau is as consumers every day. When we talk about truth, integrity, and trust as the pillars for the Better Business Bureau, integrity is one of those key words in which integrity is really the practice pursuit of excellence. Now, as a coincidence, Don Chalmers had mentioned in one of our board meetings a long time ago that after all, we're here to help consumers and we're to help businesses. We're not the best business bureau. We're trying to be a better business every day. And so that's typically what our goals are. So a lot of times people will say, oh, well, the BBB is where people go to complain. Well, that's just part of the process. Is that part wants to be heard. We actually reach out to the businesses and get their opinion and try and mediate that situation. As we all know, sometimes people just don't want to agree. So we do the best we can with that, but we try and make sure that we're always focused on trust. And so trust, when you think about trust is earned. Trust is practiced. So when we talk about the Better Business Bureau in trust, we're actually talking about the fact that every day we have to recommit when we get up, that we want to do the right thing, work with integrity. And so that's how we establish trust. Because, in a moment's notice, a lot of things can change, businesses close, all kinds of things happen with the economy. So that's why we feel that the Better Business Bureau is so important on the day-to-day, and has maybe lost a little sight because everybody thought, oh, it's just an old, archaic way of doing things. Well, I have plenty of job security because I'm sure everybody in this room got some sort of imposter scam or some sort of tech scam or something while we're sitting here. So I got plenty of job security because unfortunately, we're going to keep chasing these scams for a while. But we can I can talk all day about the Better Business Bureau, but I'm sure you guys are ready to move on. So I would like to actually move into the part of the program. We're going to talk a little bit about SWCEF, and we're going to give away some scholarships and some awards. So Andrew Cedillo, if you would come to the podium. Andrew is the Vice Chairman for the Southwest Community Empowerment Foundation. He's the Executive of Strategic Initiatives and Partnerships with UNMS Global Campus and Executive Director. This is a new position for you. Executive Director of Statewide Initiatives with the New Mexico Online Hub. Please give me a round for Andrew.
Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing today? So I'm really excited about this new initiative that we are launching. It's called the SWCEF, and what that stands for is Southwest Community Empowerment Foundation. And what that means is, before I get into this, everyone's going to do a little exercise for me. Raise your hand if you work in any of these industries. Education. Okay, cool. All right, community building. Sales, government. You operate your own business and you wear like 30 million hats, right? That's a lot of you, right? But that's exactly, when you look around that room, this is exactly what the SWCEF is all about. We're all coming together, we're all from different industries, but I guarantee if you're sitting there at your tables and you're talking about what you do, maybe you all come up with ideas on maybe things that you can combat together, certain problems that exist within our communities across New Mexico. What SWCF is designed to do is we want to bring together industries all as one to solve our state's biggest problems. And we do that in a variety of ways. In the next coming months, you can visit our website, which is swcef.org. I promise it's not a cybersecurity scam, right? But one of the things that you can do is you'll learn all about our events, mostly about our organizations, and how we're bringing people together through education. We're going to have online courses, we're going to have workshops, we're going to have networking events, and the biggest thing that the SWCEF is going to do is we're going to raise money that goes back to our communities to do what you all do best and solve problems. And we're looking forward to this opportunity. I just took on the vice chairman role, just like a lot of us who join boards. You hop into a room and they're like, hey, do you want to join a board? No, I'm kidding. But this was something that really spoke to my heart. Born and raised New Mexican, I'm leading a bunch of different initiatives and working alongside people who are really combating New Mexico's problems. And the next phase to this is really to work with business owners across the state on really understanding what you all need next. And that's our biggest mission, and we look forward to working with each and every one of you. And if you want to learn more about the SWCF, we have a booth right over there, and I'm happy to chat a little bit more on how you all can get involved. Thank you for your time.
Well, of course, we learned about what they were working on, and we wanted to find a way to support it. So we had a golf tournament last year, and we raised some funds for that. And I started thinking, well, how could we award some scholarships into the trades? And knowing that a lot of trades, they actually start and they have a major expense up front when they actually go to the job because they need tools. So we reached out to ABC and we reached out to Intelitech College and said, we would like to identify some industries in which we could give money. And I actually remember Carla's face, like, you're going to bring money? I mean, because we all spent so much time raising money, right? And it's like, well, we actually raised some money. Now we want to give it to somebody, and we want to be able to support the trades. As a statistic, over 70% of the businesses that are accredited with the Better Business Bureau are in the construction industry. So we're specifically trying to give back to the community that actually are accredited businesses throughout New Mexico and Southwest Colorado. Right now, we have over 3,000 accredited businesses that made a commitment to the things that we're working on. So, of course, as a board member, I started by reaching out to Intelitech and having a great conversation with Dr. Mindy Brown. Would you like to come up and talk a little bit about Intelitech?
Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of Intellitech College, I'd like to thank the Better Business Bureau for your continued investment in education and workforce development. It is truly an honor to be here today as two of our students receive these scholarships. At Intellitech, we believe education is much more than earning a certificate or degree. It's about creating opportunities, building confidence, changing lives. Every student who walks through our doors has a unique story. Some are starting their first career, some are changing careers, some are overcoming significant challenges to build a better future for themselves and their families. What they all have in common is a dream. Our mission is to prepare students with the hands-on skills, technical knowledge, and professionalism that they need to succeed. Whether they're training like these two to become automotive technicians or massage therapists, or they're pursuing one of the other career-focused programs, our students are learning by doing every single day. One of the things I'm most proud of is our partnerships with businesses and organizations throughout our community. They help keep our programs relevant, they provide real-world opportunities for our students, and they ensure that our graduates are ready to contribute from day one. The Better Business Bureau has been an outstanding partner in that effort. Thank you. Through your commitment to ethical business practices and education, you're showing our students that their hard work matters and that this community believes in them. To Matco Tools, thank you for always supporting our students in their ventures and in preparing them for the demands of the auto industry. We truly appreciate it. To our scholarship recipients, congratulations. Carlos, I hope this scholarship helps you continue building La Gloria ABQ and your vision for a community wellness center. I'm proud that Intellitech has played a small part in supporting someone so dedicated to improving the health of our community. Raul, I'm excited to see the shop that you plan to open and the opportunities you'll create by sharing your knowledge and skills with others who have faced challenges in their own lives. To the BBB, your board members, sponsors, and everyone who made these scholarships happen, thank you so much for investing in the future of our students. Your generosity creates opportunities that extend far beyond the classroom. Congratulations again to Carlos and Raul, and thank you all for celebrating their successes with us today.
So as Dr. Brown had mentioned, Matco Tools. I'd like to recognize Richard O'Neill, who can give a wave there, with representing Matco Tools. Matco is authorized distributor and partner with Intellitech and their programs. Reached out to him and I said, hey, we're thinking about doing these scholarships. Is there any way that you can make that a little bit bigger? Can you help us out? Well, he told me, he said, well, we're already doing that. So we'll take that money and we'll actually grow it. 50, 25% discount on the actual cost of the tools. So we were able to take the funds and go and grow it through that partnership. So the way this is going to work is we're actually going to be giving the money to Matco, and they're going to work with the recipients to be able to maximize their ability to spend that money. So in some cases, it is grown from $1,000 that we put in to being matched in some cases up to $2,000. So we also had the pleasure along the way of meeting with Carla and Christy and their staff at ABC and said, well, we would like to award 3 scholarships. And she says, well, we have 6 programs. And I said, well, I mean, we could split up the money. And she goes, no, I think we'll match the money. And so this turned into, we almost tripled the value of the money that we raised. We had a golf tournament, which I hope you all had a good time at the golf tournament. And we've already raised money for 2027. So we're looking at how can we continue to grow and expand more scholarships through other partnerships. But I'd like to ask Carla Kruger to come up and talk a little bit about ABC New Mexico and how they work with the trades through apprenticeship programs.
You don't have to clap yet. You don't know what I'm about to say. I have a board member in the room. They're like, oh, we're going to let her talk. I'm going to pull this out. It is my honor to be here today and recognize 6 hard-working apprentices that have given their time and commitment and investment of themselves. And we're going to recognize them today for their outstanding academic achievement. For those that are not familiar, Associated Builders and Contractors is a national commercial trade association. But we, here locally, we represent the entire state of New Mexico. We have the largest multi-trade apprenticeship program in this state. We build people. Right, building people it's the best thing that we do. It is the most important thing that we do, and these apprentices are the future of our workforce, and they are the future of construction industry in New Mexico. It is my deep honor to be here today to recognize them for their accomplishments. Being an apprentice is no easy task. These men and women, they go to work every day. They're working full time. They come to school with us at night, and they're managing their personal and their professional responsibilities for, in most cases, 4 years. It's a long time, and that's an investment in themselves that they're making, and we're so proud that they do it. These recipients today have demonstrated they're not only talented craftspeople, but they really take their education seriously and their investment in themselves. So I'm really happy to be here, support them on their journey. Want to thank the partnership with the Better Business Bureau and with Matco. This award is to recognize them for the hard work that they've already put in, to give them encouragement to keep going forward in their craft. And we're extremely proud of their accomplishments. I'm glad that they could be here today to get this, and again, they are the future of our workforce, and we want to recognize them in every way possible. So, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, let's give away some awards. So I'd like to first invite up Carlos Baca. He is actually a student at in Intelitech College in the massage therapy class, and we have a voucher for $500 towards a massage chair, so we can immediately start making some money. So thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. That's yours.
Oh, cool.
Yep. See if you can cash it. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Mark, can we go over there and get another picture? Mindy, your team, would you like to get a picture with them? Matco, if you'd like to join them as well. So that's how it's going to work. See, I got so excited, I just given away money, and I didn't know what I'm supposed to do next. So we'll come up this way, then we'll go off that way and be able to get a picture. Okay, everybody got it now? All right. So, that way. It's a big step though, Mindy. Did everybody sign the release when they came in? Okay, probably should have started with that. All right, next I'd like to recognize Raul Romero and the Auto Tech recipient of this year's scholarship. And through the generosity of, come on up, and through the generosity of Matco, he'll actually receive $2,000 in tools. Awesome. All right, go that way. All right, so now we're actually going to go into the apprenticeship program that ABC offers. What's really great is how the employers also supported this and was able to give our recipients some time off so they'll be able to come out and receive their award. So I'd like to invite Elvin Hernandez with SDV Construction in the trade of carpentry come forward. He also wins the award for best T-shirt. And so the combined value on that is $1,333. So it's 25% discount on the tool. So he's able to bump that up to another third, 333. I'd like to invite to the podium now Huber Ceballos with ORCMO HVAC is the trade. Orcom. Oh, okay, Orcom? Okay. Let's. Thank you. I appreciate it. So it was in all caps.
Oh, I know.
Just trying to follow along here. All right. Yeah. If you'll would you guys like to take a picture with the students?
We will.
Oh, do it later. Okay. See, she's the CEO. She's going to do it her own way, right?
Don't tell me what to do.
Yes, exactly. I'd like to invite John White in the trade of plumbing. John works with ISCH Plumbing. I see on this you could also use it to work gear and essentials. Might ask you, what's essential in plumbing? Is that a plunger, or what's the most expensive?
It's essential to do everything.
Well done. Thank you. All right. So moving right along, I'd like to invite Casey Kraft in the trade of sheet metal. Now, sheet metal scares the heck out of me. I'm going to tell you, cutting sheet metal. And he's with QA Engineering. You were fast. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Yep. It's all good. All right, now I'd like to invite Jesus Ibarra, telecommunications technology, and he works with IntraWorks. He didn't make it today? Yeah, he's probably working hard. Also wanted to recognize, and Daniel couldn't make it, he sent his regrets, Daniel Sabat, in the trade of electrical, and he's with Alive Electric, so we'll just recognize him in his absence. So I remember when we started with that idea, and it was so exciting to realize that we could actually give back to the trades and being able to help them get along on their journey. I was really surprised to find out how many of them really were interested in being self-employed, that really eventually wanted to start their own business. So those are really good trades to have. All right. Let me see. Okay, so we'll move on to the next part, which is the Ignite Entrepreneurial Awards. So would you like to join me, Spencer, so we could take care of this? There's going to be a short video presentation of each one of the recipients. We're going to kind of explain it a little bit. We broke it down into 5 different eras. So it wasn't necessarily based on, the largest producing or, based on dollar amount, but was actually based on how they operate their business, the culture, the community give back. And so it was a lot of different things. So we wanted to look at comparing businesses from time in business. You have anything else you want to add to that?
So just wanted to say thank you guys so much for joining us today. I'm going to reiterate everything that David said earlier. We really appreciate it from all of us here at the Better Business Bureau. As Dave was saying, the Ignite Awards for Entrepreneurship, we've changed this a little bit from last year if you were with us for our annual meeting. This year, we're actually celebrating by eras. So we're going to go through the Genesis, the Breakthrough, Legacy, Trusted Legacy, and finish off with our Hallmark era. And with that, we're going to roll a quick video as the recipients are asked to come up and walk. Thank you guys so much.
I landed in a solar job, and ever since, I had developed a really good passion for renewable energy and just the impact that it makes in people's lives, and I've stuck to it ever since. I've always known of the BBB. That's a question that we would get from all the homeowners we were doing consultations with at their homes. It's like, is your company on the BBB? That way I can look up your company. And that's the main reason, just due to credibility and be able to have a brand where not only can customers make good reviews, but if there's a complaint, we can actually resolve it through, knowing that a homeowner submitted a complaint with the BBB.
What is?
It's everything. It's everything just due to the fact that, there's been a lot of bad actors in solar, and therefore, the trust in Sunforce Solar has had to be built very strongly so people can actually trust us when, we're going to their home to do an appointment or we're going to do their installation. And the BBB has done just that. The best thing you want to do is just keep your word, I train people very well to know how to quote a solar system, know exactly the way the solar works on the back end.
How's everybody doing? Awesome. So as y'all saw, that was one of my business partners. And it's our first time being here, so thank you all for the time and investment that y'all did. I think everybody in this room is a winner, so that's the reason why you're sitting in your chairs right now. So, but I have a few words right here. So again, it's a truly honor and representing Sunforce Solar, and I accept the recognition from Better Business Bureau. So I appreciate y'all for that. I'd like to thank the BBB with this award and congratulate all other businesses being here, being recognized tonight, being acknowledged by an organization that stands for their trust, ethics, and integrity. It means a great deal to us. At Sunforce Solar, we believe our job is about more of installing solar systems. It's about building relationships, educating homeowners, and earning the trust through honesty, transparency, and exceptional service. This recognition belongs to our entire team. Their hard work, professionalism, and commitment to doing what's right that has made the achievement possible. I'd also like to thank our customers for putting their trust in us, and we're grateful for the opportunity to serve families across New Mexico. As we continue to grow, we remain committed to raising the standard in our industry as making a positive impact in the communities we serve. On a behalf of everyone at Sunforce Solar, thank you all again to the Better Business Bureau, an incredible honor. We are proud to be part of the New Mexico business community and look forward to continuing to serve with integrity. Thank you all. Have a great night.
All right. Well, so the Genesis era is businesses that are 5 years or less in operation. Our breakthrough era is that important part where after you've made it and you survived the first 5 years, which we all know statistically is the hardest part of every business. But then at the breakthrough is when you really start to find which systems are working and which systems continue to grow, and you start to take more challenges on of, how much more benefit can we offer. And the Breakthrough Era Business of the Year Award goes to Mariposa Marketing.
Yeah, I think for us, one of the main things about Mariposa Marketing and how we operate is that we really want to be an agency that honors people, and that means honoring people in every direction. Of course, our employees, also our clients, community members, and so for us, it's a big deal for us to move ethically and to move intentionally in every transaction that we do. And so being aligned with the BBB, it just felt like something that fit, because this is a way of being able to outwardly say that this is who we are internally. And so for me, that meant a lot. And to this day, this is something that we're pursuing, making sure that we're honoring people and ethically walking in the business community in Albuquerque. Well, 3 things that we are very passionate about at Mariposa Marketing are entrepreneurship, economic development, and education. Through those 3 pillars, we are creating strategic moves to impact New Mexico. At the end of the day, everything that we do is here to impact our city and our state. Awesome, thank you. I didn't have anything specific prepared, but thank you for allowing me to say a couple of words. I think it's important to note that David mentioned that at the inception of the BBB 81 years ago, it was to talk about ethics in advertising. And so for me, what an honor, 81 years later, to be up here on this stage receiving this award, to say that we are an advertising marketing company walking ethically. And so that for me, it's really an honor to be here. I also want to mention that the mission at Mariposa Marketing, as brazen as it sounds, is to become the most impactful homegrown organization New Mexico has ever seen. And so the ways that we do that are honoring our clients in the work that we get to do for them. We consider it a privilege. Honoring our employees, honoring any of the groups that we get to be a part of, including the BBB. And so for us, marketing is really just the vehicle that we operate to be able to have that impact in this state. And so on behalf of me and my team, it's not just me, there's a whole team of people behind me. I want to say thank you to the BBB. Thank you for this award. Thank you if any of our customers, I see a lot of familiar faces here in this room. If you've trusted us with your marketing for your business, we do not take that lightly. And it's something that we will continue to do. We hope to truly make New Mexico proud through the work that we do. So thank you, everybody. God bless you.
So the next award is the Legacy Award, and that's the next phase of a business where you've tried a lot of new things, you've got a lot of consistency, you've got consistent clients, you've got a lot of it down, but it's like, how do you continue to motivate yourself on a day-to-day basis? And so the legacy represents the 10 to 20 year in business, and I'd like to honor AM Tax Solutions as this year's Legacy Era Award winner.
You stand out. You stand out from all the other businesses. People can actually take a look at what your ratings are, and having an A+ rating is amazing and something to be proud of. Well, it means a lot to me, because when people don't know who you are, they can definitely look you up. A lot of people use the Better Business Bureau. They use Google, but they use the Better Business Bureau also. They impact their business. And I don't just do the income tax, I make sure that they understand the New Mexico's unique and the gross receipts tax and that sort of thing. So I'm different because you're not picking up a 1-800 number and calling and talking to an individual who knows where they are. I am local. They can sit down, talk to me, ask me questions, and I am all about educating them. To make sure you understand the type of business you set up and the responsibilities that go along with that type of business. Making sure you understand the gross receipts and how New Mexico is unique to other states. Well, I'm not real good at speeches. I get a little shy when I'm in front of people, but I do want to thank the Better Business Bureau for this award. It means a whole lot to me. When I started business, I really wasn't just about doing taxes. My goal was to help businesses understand their tax liability. I invited my parents here today because I worked for my parents, and one of the biggest things that I was anxious about in the business, I knew how to run the whole business, but every time the CPAs came to sit down with us, it was horrible. My dad would always say, I don't understand why I owe so many taxes. And so it was my goal to figure out why people owe taxes, how the tax law works, and be able to help small businesses and entrepreneurs understand their liability or their responsibilities. So one of the things that I just want to say to my parents is thank you for the ethics. Thank you for teaching me hard work. And I'm so glad you're here, and I'm so proud of everything that you've accomplished in your life. And if I can stand up to half of what you did, I know I'll be a winner. Thank you.
Well, that's a fantastic story. I grew up in a house with an entrepreneur for a father, so I learned a lot early about payroll taxes and other types of issues. Still chose to own my own business at some point, so I didn't learn from what they were doing, but congratulations. Our next era is actually 20 to 30 years. I actually know Susan very well, and I'm shocked, that for someone so young, you've been in business for 30 years. So after now I'm done hamming it up, I'd like to recognize Print Express as the Trusted Legacy Era winner for this year.
The BBB has to interact with people and verify that complaints are complaints, or things like that. We're in an age now where you can just go on Google and say whatever you want, and there's nothing we can do about it. So having real people researching things at the BBB has really been helpful in making sure that our business stays relevant. We also do everything in-house, so we're not sending stuff to another person to get this done. It gives us a lot more control and a lot more quality. And making sure that we can do that. If there's something that goes down, we have all of your stuff in queue, and so we can make adjustments to make sure your job is still completed in the time it should be completed. And I add everybody's time together, which I do from time to time. It's like over 370 years of experience. Wow. So to be able to pull from different people's experiences and apply it to a situation that's going on now is great. And I don't try to be the owner. I work side by side with my team. And so that the knowledge that they have, the knowledge I have, we can usually put something together and collaborate on a way to solve whatever problem we happen to be. I did not prepare anything. I didn't think about doing this, so I'm just going to say thank you for the award. It's actually the biggest thing I've ever received, so thank you.
So as a lot of entrepreneurs know, sometimes it can be a very lonely job. You wear so many different hats, so sometimes receive an award for just doing what you do every day because you want to make a difference and provide a quality product. So that's why I would like to recognize next our Hallmark Era Award winner, which is businesses that are over 30 years in business. And in this particular one, and it's Palms Trading Company, in this particular one, they've been accredited for over 40 years, and I'm not even sure, I think they've been in business 60, 70 years on top of that. And so unfortunately they couldn't be here today, but I would like to take a moment to just recognize them with a round of applause. I had taken over this job I was previously on the board of directors, and our president and CEO decided that he wanted to retire. After 35 years, retired colonel with the New Mexico National Guard, and then also spent 11 years with the Better Business Bureau. And I really feel honored to have known Brian. We did lose Brian after he retired. I was honored to know Brian and to know a man of his stature, to give almost 50 years of his life in service. And so we're really fortunate to have today from the New Mexico Cabinet Secretary of New Mexico Department of Veteran Services, Jameson Herrera. If I'd like to ask you to come, and actually you knew Brian personally, would you mind coming, giving a few words on Brian?
So good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for the honor of being here. Penny, Patrick, great to see you. Penny seen me grow up as an officer. I don't know how many officers associations, parties we were at, and some of the wonderful memories we built there. She saw me grow up from a second lieutenant all the way through when Brian retired from the Army. As a full bird colonel, I was his public affairs officer. He was our chief of staff. And you think colonel in the Army, you know, had to be the hardest person to work for. Quite the opposite. Those of you who knew Brian completely understand that he was about uplifting people and making sure that you had the tools and the resources to be successful. And if you didn't think you could, he'd make you know you could, to where people took ownership. That's what he did with service members, with our soldiers and airmen. What I'd like to do very quickly, if you don't mind, if I could ask all veterans to stand. Thank you all for your service and continued service to our state, your communities, and what you do. I do have some prepared remarks, and I want to just make sure that everybody understands that, you know, the personal nature of the relationship I had with Brian Baca, his family, his father, his brothers and sisters. He came from a very great family, but Brian took the initiative. He made life his own, and he raised a wonderful family, and of public servants as well. Patrick's currently a coach, I believe an educator as well. So it continues. The legacy that you all have built, and you know, hearing people's stories here, your mother and father bringing you up, and you're following in their footsteps and honoring them. The legacy of honor that Brian left behind is very much the same. Within the people who he worked with, the employees he worked with, his family members, and those his lives he touched. The personal amount of respect I have for his leadership was rooted not just in shared service, our shared values, and a genuine admiration for how he carried himself. He wasn't just a colleague, he was a mentor, a confidant to everybody he met, someone whose example continues to guide me through what I continue to do in my public service. He devoted his life to service, wearing the uniform in the Army, traveled out of state, and Penny was left as a single mom much of the time because of his duty. But it takes a partnership. So he was in business well before he ever became part of the Business Bureau. He was in the business of building a family and trust and community and respect amongst his military members and his family. The Brian Baca Memorial Award for the Veteran-Owned Business of the Year reflects qualities that Brian embodied every single day. Unwavering commitment, that quiet strength. I don't think I ever heard him yell, except for when he was at a basketball game. All right, he was a huge sports fan, and Patrick was a heck of a ball player, and that was the only time I ever probably heard him yell. His generosity of spirit, he was giving. He gave so much of himself, and a genuine desire to lift others up. Veteran-owned businesses carry that special kind of resilience and purpose into the marketplace. They're bringing those same skill sets into the marketplace to ensure that whatever they're doing top-notch, highly disciplined, and with honor and integrity. He believed in people, in their capacity to grow, and the power of doing what's right, even when no one was watching. So today, this award is presented on behalf of Brian Baca. Excuse me. We continue his legacy of service and encouragement. We honor not only the exceptional businesses, but the values that make its success meaningful. Values Brian Baca lived by, values he passed on to all of us who had the privilege of knowing him. Thank you.
Well, you can see the impact that Brian had. Brian had tremendous impact in my life, including me to invite the board of directors for the Better Business Bureau, which is right at 10 years now when I first came and joined the board. So I definitely appreciate this opportunity. So I'd like right now to present the 2026 Veteran-Owned Business of the Year in honor of Brian Baca with the Brian Baca Memorial Award to Carnivore Popcorn Company.
Yeah, well, it's a great honor for us to be recognized for something that we're doing for our community. Giving back to the community has always been a very big thing for us. It's our main wholesale model, and it's been the most rewarding of all, right? The Brian Baca Award itself is a very prestigious award, and to be known for a company that will follow in those shoes, that means a lot to us. Well, one thing that we learned when we were in the military is systems, right? I mean, they take an 18-year-old and they put him up there, and now I'm responsible to buckle in this pilot. He's about to shoot off the front of an aircraft carrier, and I need to make sure everything's right, and I'm 18 years old, right? I love popcorn. I've always loved popcorn, and I always tell people my marketing campaign can be summed up in 5 words: get it in their mouth. The next part of that is to be our best fundraising opportunity for our community, right? And we've got a huge, audacious goal. We want to be able to put $1 million in cash back into our community in a 1-year period. And up till now, since the beginning of our fundraising efforts, we put just over $3 million back in the community collectively.
Thank you very much. I'm very honored to be here on behalf of my company, Carnivore Popcorn Company. A lot of people think it's just the most amazing popcorn they've ever had, but we have a much deeper passion than just popcorn, and that's building our community, right? Brian Baca was an amazing pillar of this community. 34 years as Army National Guard, 11 years president and CEO of the Better Business Bureau, and he was a champion of trust, right? Building ethical companies, running your company in an ethical way so that the consumer will trust you enough to do business with you. And so by receiving this award, we believe that, we love to be acknowledged that we're doing that. As many of you know, those of you who know Brian knew he was an avid Dallas Cowboys fan, right? And so amongst the fan base of the Dallas Cowboys, there's a term called next man up. And it basically refers to, injured reserve, right? If somebody goes down and you have an injury, the next man has to stand up and continue with the same passion, with the same dedication, and the same commitment. And we're proud to do that. We are the next man up. And so we don't take this really as just a acceptance. We take this as a charge, as a commission. For the next 12 months, we are going to represent what Brian did in this community. And we're going to build this community. We're going to build it with integrity. We're going to build our company with passion, with purpose, And we have a huge goal, Last year, we put over $500,000 back into our community just in 1 year, and we have one goal to do $1 million in 1 year. And so we have every intention on reaching that goal. But moreover, we want to make sure that we represent what Brian was, who he was as a person, who he was as a officer of the Army. Colonel Baca was a huge inspiration to a lot of people, and we want to follow in those footsteps. So we will be the company that Brian would definitely put his name or his mark on. In the next 12 months, we're going to do some amazing things, and we hope that you guys are around to see what we accomplished this next year. But to Brian's family, thank you very much. We look forward to extending his legacy 12 months. That's our charge, that's our commission. We're going to do everything that we can to honor that over the next 12 months. So thank you guys very much.
Well, looks like I might be out of awards and checks, so if I could bear with you, keep you guys for just a couple more minutes. I did want to make some announcements, and we're going to ask our 2027 incoming chairman to come up and have a couple of comments as well. But I'd like to announce, you all are the first to hear this in this room, the 3rd annual golf tournament, the BBB Golf Classic, will be at the Santa Ana Golf Course on Thursday, May 20th. So go ahead and mark your calendars down for that. So it's a little earlier than it was this year, but May 20th. Also, if you're in the room and you're not currently an accredited business and you'd like to have a conversation about that, just stick around. Some of our business solutions team is here, could answer it, or we could set up a meeting at a later date to have that conversation. But I would like to invite Johnny Cordova to the podium, Senior Commercial Relationship Manager at Sunward. Johnny supports business to understand their short and long-term goals, serving as a trusted resource in helping owners build lasting success. He helps navigate commercial lending, treasury management, and long-term growth. Johnny is our incoming chairman and will take the gavel on January 1st, 2027.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for coming out. Something stuck with me that Robert mentioned is pillar, so I think I'll finish on this, is our business community, our business owners are really the pillar to our community, right? They help with our workforce. With those jobs creates opportunities for families, right? There's everything that goes beyond that, the training that they build, future leadership, and I think that's really important that as we get together that we kind of recognize our business owners through awards like this and just continue to support each other, right? It's a big puzzle piece, and we've got to piece everything together to build that picture of a stronger community. So thank you guys all for coming out, and I look forward to working with you guys. And if you have questions, I mean, outside of a business conversation, just casual. If you see me out, feel free to chat with me. Love to get to know you guys on a personal level outside of just always talking business. So thanks.
All right, so we are going to give away a few things. That's I guess the deal that we promised, right? Is if you sit through the whole thing, you actually might leave with a prize. Likewise, and my board will speak probably on my behalf and set me straight. But if you are interested actually in service and would be interested in serving on the board of directors for the Better Business Bureau, we are always recruiting talent. We do have a very talented group, but if you would be interested, we'd love to have that conversation as well. So, all right, so let the record show that I'm releasing you early. I'm not going to tell your bosses if you decide to linger a little while in the casino or anything, but we definitely appreciate you coming. Keep an eye out for next year, and I want to thank you all for continuing to do good in community. And as I always tell my board, You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Have a good one. So I'm going to do a thank you for the sponsors, but you guys are welcome to head out. Thank you to our sponsors for Eldorado Audiology, French Funerals and Cremations, Chalmers Ford, Oso Grande, Hilltop Services, ABC New Mexico, Intellitech College, Matco Tools, SWCEF, Southwest Community Empowerment Foundation, Media Partners, Albuquerque Journal, Albuquerque Business First, KOB4, and Sandia Photography. Thank you for coming. Good.